What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And we are joined alongside Mickey Bay, who's going to be taking on former IBF champion Tevin Farmer. The fight was scheduled. It was going to be overseas, and looks like things have changed. Along with yourself, you're looking thin. You're looking slim, and you got the big beard, the I'm in camp look, huh?
Oh yeah. You know, I'm just ready to work, ready to make my own history.
Mm-hmm. So tell us, man. We haven't seen you in a while. We're obviously in a new building, and you've been training. So bring us up to speed, man. How's it been since the last time we kind of linked up?
I'm gonna be honest. I think the time definitely helped me. I'm in even better shape, and I'm a lot sharper now. So. Man, I don't know what Tevin gonna do, but we'll see August 12th, man. I don't think he ain't gonna be able to do nothing with me for sure.
So where have you been training?
I've been at Real Boxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's training with you? Like, was it the guy we seen yesterday that was at Rock
Kevin Henry.
Yeah, you got Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him, Kevin. Will, and my guy Ben.
Okay.
Ben Batista,
yes,
who works. Many may have seen him working with Gabe Flores. Recently, has worked with Darren Cunningham. Obviously, he's done some shit with you as well, right?
Yeah, that's my guy. Ben. I just like to keep. I'm a person that just like to stick with my people. Like I'm comfortable with certain people. And then you got to remember, I've been a coach, so now it's that's an advantage for me, I think, because now it's like I can kind of coach myself as well. So I think that definitely helped.
So where's your weight at? Because your face looks like you've lost some weight, right?
A little bit. I don't really get too heavy in between anyway, but, I'm close. I could probably make weight in a day or two.
Well, I think, too, you're, 2 weeks out now? So
yeah.
So I think, last time we spoke to you,
last
time we seen you, we was more when the fight was being
announced. Yeah, I probably was close to 15 over then. Now I'm within 5. 4 or 5, I could make weight tomorrow.
Literally.
So who's been sharpening you up?
It's on the training side.
Yeah,
Kevin
Henry side.
Oh, I've been sparring with a lot of guys, a lot of young guys. I probably sparred with probably 12 to 15 people at this point.
Ace Vega?
Nah, he haven't really been in town, and but a lot of other guys, a lot of young guys. Whoever want to come through the door and stick with it, because a lot of guys, I give them a lot of trouble because of my knowledge. Like, I still got youthful skills, speed, and everything, and I think that's what everybody will see on the 12th. Of course, I've been out the ring for a while, but the good thing is that he has. A lot of my career, it was only me that been laid off, even when I fought guys like Cambosis and a lot of other my fights. I'm used to this. Because of my management, it was always up and down for me, where I didn't fight for 2 years. Tevin was on the roll. This is his first time having the layoff, so. But at the end of the day, I don't really look at that.
First time in a long time, because he had a rough, he was with DeBella. He wasn't getting dates like that until he signed to Dazn.
Yeah, but for years he was fighting. He probably never even had a year layoff.
What?
Not that mean nothing, but because he the younger guy on paper, but I'm saying it's something that I'm used to. Like, my last fight was Cambosis. Before that, it was, I don't even count the Mexico fight I fought. It was only 10 seconds.
You right, because 2020, he had the JoJo fight.
Yup.
And then, but that was the first year where he only fought one time. Every year he had multiple fights since turning pro.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're right. This is his first layoff, so it'll be interesting. This is a fight I've been wanting for a while, Mick. I'm excited, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Obviously, I was excited for the event coming to Ghana because I thought the event overall, like everything together, would be huge.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I was sad to see Sprite not be a part of it no more.
Well.
Man.
Shout out to them still, because they helped kick it off. But, it been 3 chains. We all lost money. I lost a lot of personal money. We all did. It's a part of the game. But one thing we wasn't going to do is renege on the fans. we like, man, shit, we all took our L's. We got to do it though. We ain't gonna make it look like we was just talking. Like, you know, so I'm just glad it came together here. The only reason why I'm glad is that people get to actually come see it as well over here.
Yeah.
But I'll go back over there though. But there's so many different restrictions there. But the crazy thing was Dubai. The president down was just real unfortunate.
I've obviously, you know, not just your fight. Floyd's fight had to be pushed like a week later, and it had to be pushed from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. So obviously that ruined. But would you say, in a fucked up way, it was a blessing in disguise? Because I'm sure, you know, the extra time training, you know, has only helped.
Oh man, 1,000%. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I didn't know probably until, let me see, a month ago. I really noticed. I'm like, damn, I'm way better than I was. Like, than I was going when I was in Dubai. I was ready, but now it's like, you know, it don't even feel like I had a layoff at this point. So, you know, we both gonna rumble, period. Like, you know, we promised the fans, and we like, man, cause we is getting offered other fights as well. Like, you know, some other fight, but we like, now we got to do it.
So why redemptionpayperview.com? Because there are some sites reporting that you guys tried to get this fight to other networks and they were not interested.
Nah, that ain't true at all. Like, we never tried, because we knew we can do this on our own. I did get other fight offers though. You know, I could have fought with different promoters and stuff, but we've been already promoting this fight. Like, I mean, y'all know, because shout out to y'all, Boxing Voice. I mean, y'all been, you know, some of our biggest supporters. But you know, it's the fight game. You got to imagine if fighters like De La Hoya and Floyd can't come together to make a fight, imagine how hard it is us being independent. Yeah, you get a lot of stones thrown. A lot of, you know, boxing game is crazier on the business side than the actual fight.
But why wouldn't you guys want to offer it to Dazn that Tevin had a former relationship with? He has to have someone he can call. Why wouldn't you want to talk to a Leonard that has a relationship with Showtime, who you had a former relationship?
I mean, I can't. I mean, that story is a long story. I mean, people that know. I mean, I lost.
Well, I mean, obviously, okay. Let's just not say Leonard. He's just saying like networks, regardless.
Yeah, like
if it ain't them, you know, it ain't got to be nobody associated with them. He's just
because I feel like if the writer isn't correct, then why wouldn't a Showtime want it? Why wouldn't ESPN
honestly, I'm sure that they
DAZN?
probably would have, but we already started it off, so it's like, why not finish it? Like, we already got the party rolling.
Well, don't you get
why not finish?
Because you get a broadcaster fee, don't you?
I mean, we getting our money anyway. Believe me. Like, honestly, we'd make more
being independent.
Probably, yeah, because, you know, like, we already made, you know, we doing pretty good this fight for sure. But I'm not opposed to it at all. Like, you know, it's just that we already got it started. So to kind of break all the ties and try to go to a promoter, I'm not opposed to it, because we not doing this out of rebellion or nothing. Because, like I say, I mean, my goal is to fight a bigger fight and fight for a belt. That's really my quest, is to become the oldest champion ever in my division. So in the near future, but we already got it rolling. So, but definitely, you know, as far as the networks, we definitely wasn't opposed to it. Just like us starting what we finished almost.
So, is your brother the lead promoter?
Well, he's one of the promoters. You know, we all got our hand in it.
So who else is co-promoting?
It's me, Farmer. We got another promoter out in Arizona, of course, because that's where the fight is. And we got a couple of our other partners from Bigger Than Life.
Yeah, it's funny you just brought them up, because I'm actually checking them out a little bit. I know you spoke about them when the fight was first announced originally for Accra. You know, just talk about how much involvement in the role that Bigger Than Life has had in this event. Yeah,
that was their plug pretty much over there in Ghana. But when it come to fighting in a place like that, it's so many. Especially then, they was still super tough on the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, that one, it was just a whole lot of stipulations with the government, all kind of stuff. So you know, we just, you know, Dubai had big interest in the fight, probably more than anywhere.
Wasn't you on the helipad?
Nah, that was Floyd's. Then they moved it.
No. I know that was Floyd, but you didn't visit over there?
No.
He's saying like when you was out there.
Oh, in Dubai?
Yeah, like cause that was obviously around the same time as Floyd. So he's just asking, did you visit the helipad when the ring was on it?
Oh no, we didn't. Nope.
Cause I thought you was out there around the same time that.
Yeah, I mean they could have been out there, but it was two separate events.
No,
so.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, we
two
was
separate
actually
boxing events,
yeah.
but you know,
we would have been if they fought. But we was in camp still, so I was like in camp mode. I didn't even see the city or none of that a lot until, you know, the couple days. Well, I ended up staying after the president died, and you know, then I got a chance to. I probably stayed an extra week or so, and then I got to see around.
how was that experience, man?
Oh man, it kind of changed my life. It was.
How so?
I'm sure you probably been there, huh? Have y'all been
Nah,
there?
I've never
No.
been. Let me tell you.
He's booked it like
Yeah.
3 times.
Oh,
I've
okay.
booked it twice, and the pandemic fucked it up both times. So
Oh yeah, nah.
How'd
man.
it change your life, though?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. It felt like heaven on earth. I heard it from people, but it's a difference going because it's a feeling that you get, and the humility of the people. I hate to say it, man. It made America look kind of bad. To be honest with you, when I've landed back here, I'm like, oh, we back to the rude
whoa,
stuff.
hold on. In what way, Mick? In what
I ain't
way?
gonna say it made it look bad as far as entertainment and like.
No, just
as
how
far
you're
as
treated.
The treatment of the people there is different. Like
Okay.
it was like, I mean, everybody help each other. You don't feel. I mean, people come up to you and grab your phone. You looking at them, they putting the Wi-Fi in for you. They service is just crazy with everything. It wasn't for the money or nothing because they don't even want tips. Like when you try to give them tips, they looking at you like kind of crazy.
Yeah, because that's a fucking American thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna be
Man,
honest with
listen.
you. I feel like
Americans give
you travel
tips.
to other countries, bro. Like I've never been to Dubai, but I've been to Germany. I've been to Qatar, which is a Middle Eastern country, where tourism like Dubai is present. Yo, the service, the way you're treated is nothing like America. Like, you know, and if you pay attention, Americans are catered to. When you travel anywhere, that's not English speaking, they gonna make sure, if they don't make sure of shit else, to make sure they got the English signs, they gonna make sure to cater. That's for sure.
Oh, no, you hit it on the nose for sure because they do cater to us. Because I would just be out in public and people just hear me talk and start coming over like,
You American?
yeah, like, are you American? Are you a rapper? Like, you a rapper or what? Like, what you do? Like, you know, because then they hear a different act, you know, so. But, man, it was just, I think that stood out to me more than anything. Like, you know, just the treatment and the humility there, it was crazy. But not only was it the best place I seen as well, but the humility there was crazy.
Yeah, man. I think sometimes you can't even put a dollar amount on the way you're treated and the service.
100%. Yo.
You know, that's why I say, you know, when I get phenomenal service, I have zero issues tipping extra well, because it's like you don't get that out of your way with people going out of your way to.
You say that's an American thing, huh? Nash?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
and you could tell more so over there. Like, you know, other places I've been, they still be, but there it's like you gotta make sure they take, because they all know they're sitting and really not try to take it.
Yep. I got some questions from the people. James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas says, we know Ohio has had some great fighters, but who are the top 3 trainers that have come out of Ohio?
In my opinion, if you was just to speak like on history, probably Bill Miller. Y'all heard of him? He trained James Toney.
Okay.
Bunch of fighters. That'd be the only one I could, because there's so many other ones like that don't even get the record. But when you see guys like a lot of the old school fighters like the Joe Lewises and with that kind of that style, like Floyd and Tony, and I learned a lot of it. Like even his dad lived. Detroit is only 30 minutes from Ohio, so a lot of that style, it's kind of back and forth. Some people from Michigan is from Ohio and vice versa. So it's so many that I could name a lot, but a lot of them, to be honest with you, don't even have big names. Like and now when I go back, like as far as from me training, I can go back and even appreciate trainers more now. When I look back, I'm like, dang, even my first trainer was called Forrest Caldwell, because back then I didn't know he was showing me the same stuff that Floyd Mayweather Sr. showed me years later. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, this is stuff that everybody in the world is pretty much kind of mimicking now. If you notice, the whole world is trying to mimic Floyd and Roger Mayweather.
Yep.
But when I think back, I'm like, man, my first trainer was doing these kind of maneuvers and stuff, because they all kind of came from that tree and that lineage, the Midwest too. I mean, Chicago, y'all right, up the road. So it's kind of like, to me, the best teacher, not being biased, is from that area, in my opinion, that Midwestern area, just in my opinion. Like the certain Eddie Futches and all of them from like that area. You get guys that where a lot of the style that people like kind of came from around there. I don't think people really know that, because it's a lot of small cities. Like most, that's probably the only real big city in the Midwest. Chicago, Detroit kind of diminished, but it's a lot. But it's so many, but none of them really. A lot of them really don't get. You wouldn't really know a lot of them, but it's some cold cats.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You said Bill Miller, a trainer that I, truth be told, had never heard of, and one Google search. And I learned that he's worked the corner of Tommy Hearns. I learned that he's worked the corner of James Toney, Ricky Womack, Lindell Holmes. I learned that he even trained the young Emmanuel Stewart.
Nice.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So no, it's important. It's important. And questions like that make you bring people. Like Bill Miller, you brought him to my attention, and it's people like this that are a part of history that we can't not be forgotten, because like you said, people try to bite off other styles or learn from other styles, but a lot of times they forget where the shit really came from.
100%. For some reason, people forget that. I wouldn't say it's a coast. It is, because the Midwest is the Midwest. But people think that, like, because Cleveland, Michigan, even Chicago, we towards the east. Mm-hmm. But as far as boxing is the region is smaller than, like, the East Coast, the West Coast, and the South. So you don't really think the Midwest, like when you speak even rapping or who got the best who got Midwest, don't come to mind, because them cities look like it's on the East. But when it come to boxing and you look at guys like Eddie Futch, Dale Williams, Bill Miller, and it's a ton of other ones I could name, but they all kind of maneuvered around that little area, like Chicago, Michigan, Ohio. Right. But those guys, those older guys, are the one that, like Floyd Mayweather Sr. is the first one in this new millennium. Well, not the new millennium, but he's the one that learned that stuff and passed it to his son, and it became more noticeable because Senior is an artist. So when he made up the pad work, and then he brought it to his little brother, and he kind of made his own routine, but it kind of, it's almost like the peekaboo style, right? How you got Customato, the peekaboo style. Wherever he got it from, he kind of maneuvered it, and his camp had it.
Tweaked it and made it his own.
He made it his own, but it didn't go across the world because it wasn't the internet. If it was, you would have seen everybody trying to fight like Mike if it was a YouTube and Instagram. Yeah. So with Big Floyd and Mayweather, the reason why he's so good, you got Big Floyd, who learned from the guys that trained probably 80 to 90% of the best fighters ever. When you look at Dale Williams and Eddie Futch being best friends, and I know you know Eddie Futch well.
Absolutely.
I
mean, even when you look at, Ohio specifically, I mean, Ohio, excuse me, Ohio has given us Al Heyman and Don King. Like, that alone, when you speak of the sport of boxing, that alone tells you so. Like, the only other top historic promoter that is missing out of that equation is Bob Arum. You get what I'm saying? Like, when you talk about historic people who have been in the business and lasted, like, Ohio gave you Don King and
the crazy thing is we are from the same neighborhood, and one grew up with my grandparents on this side and one on the other side. It's crazy because you probably one of the first people to ever mention that. And being from Cleveland only got 300,000 people, so it's a small city. But I just think Midwest and that region breed fighters because of the poverty and the because I think I heard Paulie mentioning something where he was like, you know, how that area got the good fighters, but a lot of them fall under the streets. Is because, and it's funny because y'all remember Ricardo Williams. You know, he is supposed to be like, you remember?
Yeah.
We had this conversation maybe a few months ago, and I'm like, Rick, I had to ask him, like, Rick, what you think it is exactly? Like, I knew it was the streets, but I'm saying why. I'm like, what you think it is? Because he one of them. Like, you know, he made $500,000 his first pro fight. Rick, and got a couple million up front. He was already riding in like Bentleys and stuff when he was 16. Because back that way,
$500,000 for his pro
first
debut.
fight, like I don't know how many rounds when it was on HBO. Yeah, and I'm like, Rick, what you think? He like, man, this what it is. I'm like, what is it even particular with Ohio? I mentioned this because I heard Paulie. He was saying something like, he was right though. He's like, Ohio got, you know, a whole lot of good fighters, some of the best, but a lot of them fall. And Rick was like, man, you know what it is? Like, we too addicted to the fast money because of the poverty-wise. You're not going to see – you would rather take – a lot of our guys would rather take the $10,000 that they could get now versus the $1 million or the $5 million in 2 years.
It's a long road, man. It's a long road.
Not just that, but Mick, you tell a motherfucker that ain't been able to feed his children. Nah, you gotta wait another 2 years.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I thought I got here. What, like, did I get here? What am I doing? Because it's like, yo, these cats, it's like, you damn they can't even fucking blame them, bro. Like, when you got leagues. Like, that's what I'm saying. It ain't no path in boxing. There's paths in basketball. There's paths in every fucking sport except boxing. Like even in fucking MMA, even in fucking MMA, at least you could wrestle collegially. You could get some eyes on you. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have that in boxing. It's literally who you know. Like, you don't even have to be that good because it's like you could be the baddest motherfucker, 100%. But you ain't got the right people behind you. Come on, bro.
Listen, you hitting it dead on the nail on the head. That's what it's about, and that's the crazy thing. It's just the political part. I think that if boxing really wasn't so political, the sport is still, to me, the greatest sport in the world as far as the actual science of it. But it's kind of ran like gang culture when you think about it, and you know that because where you from, it's that same. It's a bigger city, but it's that same struggle. You know, come on, we ain't got to say, you know what's going on in Chicago, but, you know, because ain't that where gang culture even started? Really? Chicago? I
thought it was California.
No, that's what I'm talking about started. Like, Cali is where it kind of, but never mind that. I was just basically saying, like, boxing is kind of ran like gang culture. Like, oh, this is my set. You can't rock with this, you know. It's kind of crazy, like, especially when you talking about guys that's already rich as hell. Right. Think about it.
No, you 1,000%
dudes is rich as hell. You mean to tell me the two billionaires can't get together to make a fight because of the promoters? You would think it'd be more of the fighters, like, but the promoters, y'all are rich as heck. Like, I can't, you know, but it's kind of what makes the sport good and bad. But you hit the nail on the head though. But when you said it's not a path coming up.
No, it ain't no path, man. It ain't no path. So, you know, when fighters...
There is, though.
I mean, there's not, though.
Mean as far as coming up, like, how do you box? How do you even get started?
Look, I mean, with everything, like, literally, to me, there is no one path. Like, you have a son, Mick. There is literally a path right now. How old's your son? Because I know he's young. How old?
5.
He's 5 years old. Right now, you tell me a sport, I could tell you the path for him to take to where he could get to the pros. Like, yeah, I could tell you, okay, put him in amateur boxing. obviously, as history has shown, Ricardo Williams was one of them because if I'm not mistaken, he was a silver medalist in the 2000 games, right, at welterweight. So history has shown that fighters with amateur pedigree, fighters who have accomplished things in the amateurs, have gotten highly touted and recruited by big promoters. Here's the issue, though. Even still, what's the kid? Shakur 16. There's a kid out that class that medaled, Nico Hernandez.
Yeah.
What has he done? You get what I'm
Because
saying?
he chose not to.
Yeah,
though.
but I'm saying
he's on fucking Instagram making videos with his
you
wife.
from New York, right?
But no, what
Jersey.
I'm saying is he didn't even get picked up by a big promoter. And he medaled. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
I'm pretty sure he got offers, bro.
See,
Come
Nets,
on.
you so cold. See, this one thing I say about y'all East Coast of New York, New Jersey. Y'all so cold at hustling that y'all just got a gift. When it come to that, world, y'all got a gift. Like, man, when it come to, it's like y'all probably literally 2 steps ahead of everybody when it come to. I don't know if you agree with that.
I mean,
where y'all from.
it started over there, you know.
Yeah, when it come to that, like that gift to y'all, like we make it look easy. When it come to hustling, y'all move real fast.
I mean, I feel that definitely like New York is a tri-state, like East Coast. I really feel like I say it all the time. I've noticed it with women. You could tell with the women. East Coast women, Chicago women, I don't care what you doing, they getting it. Some way, somehow they get into it.
Yeah, man.
You get what I'm saying? That's something that you don't really see out here. And I feel like, bro, I'm sure you know way more people than me in Vegas. You've been here way longer doing what you do. Come on, you gonna sit here and tell me that the hustlers in Vegas ain't none of them from out here? Everybody I know that's making money, that's in the club scene, that's whatever touching paper out here, they is not from Vegas. Most of them, truth be told, is either from the Bay or they from the East.
100%.
Because you see the void, baby.
Yeah, most people do move in.
Yeah.
But dang, it was some. Oh yeah, but all right, I'm gonna give a quick story to further speak on what you were saying, and I think that you're right because all right, I remember when I met LeBron for the first time because he's from my town. We both had like one of the same kind of. We had the same sponsor, right? We the same age, so. At this time, it's crazy because the first time I met him was at one of my amateur fights. My guy just happened to bring him to watch, and he just quiet there, just chilling. Like, nobody knew him at the time. This was like maybe a year before he really started blowing up, like everywhere in high school. So, but like he had a pad because he's so good of a hooper. I get what you're saying. It's going to come to light no matter what. You got to have your own inside team.
Bro, let me tell you something. My man's got drafted in 03. In 02, when he's in high school, they already showing him and Melo on ESPN.
When I first seen him
What
play,
amateur fight are you seeing on ESPN? Like, even for the fucking Olympics, you got to do your homework and damn near call your cable company because it might be the NBC Sports Pro Plus.
but you know the advantage they do got is Instagram and social media.
I don't believe it. I agree that it's a difficult path, but there is a path for boxers. Like, you go to the amateurs, you become a declarated amateur, you get, if you can go gold, you go gold. But usually the people that take that route, Shakur, Keyshawn, like Earl, Rasheed Warren, like these dudes became world champions.
Here's the issue, though. Here's the issue. You're talking of such a small percentage of people.
But it's happening more and more. That was the past, what you're talking about. Think about the whole 2012. They all rich.
Oh no!
Everybody from 2012 Olympics is fucking filthy rich.
I don't know about filthy.
Who not? Who not?
Was it?
Look up Terrell Gachet's last fucking purse. Who from 2012 ain't making bread?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When it come to money, it's the craziest ever though in boxing.
Yeah, right now.
I think you talking about from an early stage, right? Like how do you get? I think y'all both.
I mean, yeah, but like down
the.
Even Rasheed Warren, how many title shots he had? He been a champ. Earl's a 3-time champ.
Oh, it's the best era ever.
2012, sure. And even Wilder's era. Who broke? Demetrius ain't broke. Wilder ain't broke. Gary ain't broke.
Dudes is making money now. That's like 9-10 losses. I mean, it's guys.
Rosado.
Hey, listen.
Hold on.
Rosado getting $500,000 paydays with 14 losses,
bro. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm gonna further my point. What you say was the issue with Ricardo and just fighters in general.
Getting caught up in the life.
From the early past.
No, hold
I
on.
agree.
Getting caught up in the life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what is your second opportunity if you get caught up in the life in boxing? Like what is a guaranteed second opportunity if you get caught up in the life in boxing? Like you fuck
Make
up.
a comeback. Vaughn Alexander did it.
I understand, but that ain't guaranteed.
James Kirkland
Like,
did it.
See, he from the East Coast.
But I hear you, and I agree. But I'm saying Vaughn wasn't guaranteed that. Like you,
But that's the whole fucking point. You gotta take your opportunity, and he did. He beat Louis Kubaservis.
I get it.
Everybody, Wilder allegedly
He got
coming
the fight.
back.
He got the fight to begin with. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying you fuck up elsewhere, bro. It's so many opportunities. Like, bro, right now there's literally dedicated TV shows on Netflix with 5 seasons. Last Chance U is dedicated. It's a TV show dedicated to fucking college fuck ups who fucked up either in the street or fucked up, gang or drugs or whatever, and they given a second opportunity going to this college, they being put on TV. Like, that's what I'm saying, that in boxing, you is a lucky motherfucker if you get one opportunity, let alone a second one.
Absolutely, I agree.
Let alone a second one.
I agree. We were arguing that with Hasim Rahman yesterday and Lonnie B, because, I respect a world champ. You became a world champ. First of all, not everybody gets a world title shot. Look at Dillian White. His title shot came at retirement. He probably not coming back. We haven't heard from Dillian White since that Tyson Fury fight. So if you become a world champ, man, I respect you.
And I do believe that this era is, but I get what you saying, D. Like, I get what you saying. On the way up, I think is what you mean.
Yeah,
How do you find? But what you said is
the
correct.
way up is the
because
amateurs.
the money now in boxing. I guarantee you got hundreds of dudes that's making a good living off boxing. Before, it'd be maybe just a few handful. But I think you mean on the way up. How does a kid even find the way?
But even still, look, you just talked about motherfuckers not being able to, we kind of got on topic of this because you said some people can't turn down that 10K to wait for that million 2 years later. That's what I'm saying. Bro, literally now it's even legal for these cats in college. Before you was getting your college paid for, and cool, you better be happy with that, and you getting this opportunity. Now it's you getting your college paid for, and you get to touch dollars before you even get there. So now it ain't no rush to feed your family because you're able to do that. Even before you make it to the pros, you was able to eat off your fucking name.
You know what I gotta think?
You're right.
We
brought
him
up. We don't have a system to breed
and
talent.
You know why? Hold on. You know why too? It's an individual sport.
Exactly.
No, it is.
That's why too.
And we don't have a NBA or all that. That is governing it, collecting money from everyone. If we had an entity making money off everyone, believe me, they'll start investing in the future because they want their business to keep going.
They have to, and that's what I'm saying. Like when I say
it's called farming.
When I say there's not a path, like show me every fighter, every pro boxer, show me their retirement plan right now. Show me their 401k.
But that's what I'm saying. No, but that doesn't exist for anyone. You gotta actually find a job that offers 401k and gives you a retirement plan. So the boxer is the fucking job.
No, I get that, champ. But that's what I'm saying. In any other professional sport, in any other professional sport, you do have that union to protect you. You do have.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think we should have.
So that's what I'm saying. When I say path, I think everything, because motherfuckers just think about it's you getting in the ring and you getting that belt and you getting those big paychecks, but at the end of the day, a motherfucker still gotta live until it ain't time to live no more. You still gotta feed your 5-year-old son when he fucking 18 years old.
And you know what's crazy? By me being off, I got to see that, and I had to get into real estate and do different things. Honestly,
you don't fight, you don't get paid. These motherfuckers get paid even when they I know not the NFL, Major League Baseball and the National Basketball Association, they contracts Derek Rose gets off his rookie contract, signs a 5-year $98 million contract, youngest MVP to this day ever in NBA history. Literally, has never been the same since. Because
Bruh, but how many tickets is basketball selling per game? It's a different world. They're gonna invest in something that's churning out so much money. Why do you think they're investing in college football? Why do you think there's sponsors in college football? People getting check envelopes in college football.
Because it's a league.
It's a fucking business.
Yeah,
They're farming.
Yeah,
They're growing the children.
100%.
The crazy thing is they can be done
100%.
in
But
boxing.
and literally, yes, and that. Because it's really the same thing. Like, come on, what was Floyd doing in Rio de Janeiro in 2016 if he wasn't scouting and recruiting?
Exactly.
No, and
he couldn't get Shakur.
And I hear you. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no set plan for the boxers. These motherfuckers got to get it. And even not just do they got to do everything to get it, but even once they did, sometimes it ain't enough because they don't have the right person behind them. They name not big enough. They may not look good enough. They may be the Spanish fighter that don't speak Spanish. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so many obstacles.
And it's
so
an
many
overnight
obstacles. And that's all I'm saying, that when you think about the sport, it's the one sport that there is no path.
Yup. And then it's an overnight game to where you could be down 1 minute, the next thing you know, you done made six figures or millions, and then you don't really know. This don't got nothing to do with that topic, but I think that I would love for it to be more help. Like, whatever knowledge I got, I'm cool with sharing it. And I'm sure y'all are. Y'all to spit whatever. A lot of fighters are selfish. I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking about fighters that made it because they don't really reach back. They're not obligated, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They not obligated to, but I think people got to remember how it was coming up and share the knowledge. Like, you can't take it with you. Like, if you even know about an investment or something a fighter should do with a purse, think about it. All they do after the fight is this. Here go this big old phone number check. How do a street dude or somebody that grew up in Mexico or Colombia know what to do with all this money? You know, that's one thing that I could commend Al for is, you know, a lot of these guys, he does help them do this and that. And I want to thank Emmanuel Stewart while we brought him up because he was the first person to buy my first car and my first real boxing gym back at home in Cleveland. He had that goal, Emmanuel Stewart. Like, he was sponsoring a lot of kids and was helping. If he had the money like Al Heyman, that's kind of what his goal was. Like, he helped us out a lot.
I mean,
like,
that shit needed. That shit is definitely needed, you know. And I don't know what it's gonna take, but it's something that has to happen in order to get.
You know what it's gonna take? We need a league. You need a league. There's no other way.
Well, you know, I think it's gonna be
because there's always gonna be your business, his business, and
Yeah,
my business.
that gang
but
culture.
in a league that's different. Why? Because you're a team owner. You're a team owner.
Mm-hmm.
You're a team owner. It makes sense to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, see, now here's the thing, though. The issue is that, Mick, especially these days, that motherfuckers is making so much money that it's like,
100%.
why would we ever give up some of that money, you know? And back to what you was talking about, those vets that have made it, have been successful, reaching back out.
Right.
Literally was just saying yesterday how maybe not in New York, because Ness and Serafina looked at me like I was crazy. But in Chicago, let me tell you, I don't know what it is about parents in the inner city, but they feel that because they had to struggle, that they kids got to struggle. And I'm like,
I'm the opposite.
And to me,
You was like that?
No. I think that you should
I'm
end the
killing
struggle.
myself so my son don't got. I told my son, don't
I
move out my
agree.
house till
I
you
agree.
30. I don't want you paying rent for nobody. When you
I
leave here,
agree.
you buy a house. I don't
I
want him to
agree.
go through what I went through,
Yeah.
paying rent. You know how much people just don't know how many thousands of dollars they lose on rent.
Honestly, it's just bigger than that. Like me, bro, I'm only 25. I talk to my brother like I'm a grandfather, like, because I just feel like I have so much more wisdom than him, and he 20. But it's like, I want you to, bro, I'm 25, I done fucked up. So it's like, I don't want you to do what I did. So, and that's how I feel. It's the same thing in boxing. It's like, okay, cool, we hit our head on the way up, we fucked up, we done got some bruises, some cuts, but now we here. Oh, now it's your turn? Well, you know what? I had to go through this, so do you. Come on, we see it all the time.
Yeah, and it's like you said, as a parent, which I agree, like, your kid shouldn't have to. You kind of paved the way to get him out of that. So, and it's funny when I hear people say that, especially when it come to men. It's like, oh, he got to get out at this age for what?
No, and I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, Latin families are like that. I've heard that, especially in the Latin tongue in Spanish all day. They go, que se vaya. Like, as soon as he's 18, he's got it here.
But you notice you said he, right?
Fucking do that.
You said he.
Yeah, they
Word.
keep
That's
the
the
women.
crazy thing.
They keep the women in the house.
Tell you.
That's the crazy
Let me
thing.
tell you. I'm the oldest of 6. So I graduated high school, and I always had great grades. Like my ACT was a 28. Like I was always smart. I just got in trouble, and my dad was like, "So what you want to do? You want to get this school loan because he like you want to get the school loan, or?" And I'm like, even in my head, because of the way I'm raised, I'm like, I got 2 sisters. I'm like, I could figure it out. Let them, you feel me? And then my brother turned, dad co-signed for him. You motherfucker. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing because now let the sisters get the easy way. And my brother, the one after me, he got I'm like, you motherfucker. But that's what I'm saying.
In the chat, they're saying that leagues won't work because it doesn't work in tennis. Because they're saying boxing is
individual sport. Yeah.
and tennis is in. So how's it? Because I don't watch the tennis. So how's it in tennis?
It's kind of like you got to do for self in any individual sport because you get to choose who you watch. But it's like you said, it's luck, who you know in boxing.
Even in
you
tennis,
know what you
though?
can compare boxing to? You can compare it to more the music game.
Okay.
It's kind of like music where you notice it's a lot of rappers that's eating that might not be as good as a certain rapper, but they in a better position. And it's kind of like stuff that's it's even luck in boxing. Like, you know, you got some fighters that might. You got guys like Alfredo Angulo. He got with Al. That's the kind of guy you could call up and be like, man, look, I'm a little short on money, or I'm good, or my money tied up in investments. Can you get me a fight? Dudes like that, it gets you one. Like, you could see that with a lot of these fighters, that you could probably just hit them up and get you win, lose, or draw. You can get in the ring and make some money. To me, that's what I would change in boxing is everybody help everybody. Like, give these fighters a Rocky story. The ones that's good enough that ain't get to make the payday. You need a warm-up fight. Why not help a dude? Like, if you look at Emmanuel Augustus, right? If he was in today's age, he might have been made millions. Back then, they wasn't paying nowhere near like they are now. You know, now you get guys, even like the Rockman fight. You got Jake Paul. This wouldn't have been able to happen without social media. So I think social media changed everything to where fighters can make money. It kind of watered the sport down as far as just the science of it because guys don't have to fight each other. But I'm happy as far as the way the fighters are getting paid so much on the way up. They getting rich before they fight for belts now. But Bernard Hopkins, he had to wait to near.
Clearly, there's a bigger issue in boxing, Mick, because you talk about fighters not getting paid before, and you see these Don King cards, and I'm gonna say Don King because I swear to God he would have like 4 or 5 Hall of Famers on one card.
Man,
obviously they was being underpaid, but yet we sit here in 2022. The first boxer to make $1 million was Jack Dempsey 101 years ago.
People don't know that.
So it's like he was able to make $1 million back then.
Yep.
The gate back then was 1.8. 1.8.
And they gave him $1 million?
And he got $1 million. You get what I'm saying? So if you making those numbers in 101 years ago, and bro, that shit inflated is I don't know how much money.
No.
So
hundreds of millions. 1 million, 101 million years ago.
Even Sugar Ray Robinson, right? He would go to the fight. If he saw extra broadcast there, he'd say, I ain't fighting unless all of them pay me.
So look, 1 million in 1921 is equivalent to 16.5 million a day.
A day?
That's
Or
crazy.
today?
Today, like in today's day and time. So
Damn.
I'm saying who the fuck is getting 16.5 million for a person in today's day and age in boxing?
No, Canelo.
No,
17.5.
I'm not saying nobody, but it's very few people.
Yeah, no, top 0.5%.
You know, so I don't know, man. This shit I feel like way bigger than all of us. I don't know that. I think I'ma die, and this shit we still gonna be in the same situation as far as a sport being an independent sport. I don't think that there's gonna be anything, you know. If you talk about a league or something of that nature, all you got to do is look at the UFC. They're in combat. They have something like that, something to protect fighters, something to get those big fights made. And at the end of the day, all those motherfuckers is trying to come over to this sport because of the paydays of the paychecks over here. You know, your heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou just made $600,000 in his last defense. Let me tell you, in the state of Nevada, if you are a heavyweight champion in boxing, the Nevada State Athletic Commission requires you to pay the champion a minimum of a $1 million purse if you are the heavyweight champ in boxing.
Oh yeah, they get done dirty, and it's crazy because he got a good motto over there, Dana White. But as far as the money, you know,
I mean, he a hell of a businessman.
Yeah, he a hell of a businessman. You know what's crazy? Dude run it damn near. What's the guy? The wrestling cat.
McMahon.
Boxer might need to take a part of what
Vince
he
McMahon.
do. Yeah, like
He just stepped down.
Yeah, he just retired.
Right,
too.
yeah, that's crazy. I saw
But
that.
Triple H's, or is that just gimmick?
No. It's Triple H and his daughter, but aren't they together? I think, or something like that. But Vince McMahon's daughter is the one stepping up. But you know that whole family been involved. But that again, Mick, you talking about? First of all, you talking about you basically talking about the plays we see in New York. You know, they able to sell out even though they showing the same shit every day. You know, these motherfuckers is able to sell out 2 shows a week across the country and even they're basically showing the same shit. That shit's scripted. This shit way harder than that.
Right, and
them motherfuckers done fake deaths and shit. Like, I don't know that we could get away faking deaths in boxing.
And with those, they follow the brand. Like UFC, Dana White is more famous than all the fighters, except for like what's his
Conor
name?
McGregor.
So they follow that brand. If you see the UFC sign, you just gonna go to the fight. So boxing don't have a logo.
Yeah.
Like UFC got a logo.
Yeah, because
Like
those are
NBA.
companies. Those are
Like
companies.
NBA.
Those are companies.
Imagine having a little boxer like
Top
a
Rank,
logo.
Top Rank got Top Rank got a logo. PBC got a logo. Mayweather
Golden
Promotions.
Boy.
They got logos, but I mean like one umbrella of like the sport.
No,
but
we know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's showing us that in boxing it's individualized. There isn't
it
one
is.
logo. There's
Right,
fucking
right.
30.
Right, because they all doing good in their own rights, but it's like I say, it's kind of ran like gangs almost
Yeah.
to where it's like.
I mean,
you
I
know,
tell people all the time, you never see Pepsi and Coca-Cola do a commercial together. They don't even share a Super Bowl.
yeah, no, that's a good point right
They
there.
outbid each other.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
like,
good
oh
point.
shit, Super Bowl 39.50, 60 million. Let me do it with a halftime show. It's not.
That's a
Oh,
good point.
you get 20 minutes, I get 20.
Bro, it's $5 million for a 30-second slot for a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, but that's commercial, Poppy. Pepsi did Beyonce
Oh, yeah.
halftime show.
Yeah.
So Coke didn't put up the money, and they wasn't no co-promotion. It ain't, Pepsi bought
but-
Beyonce in a halftime show and fucking Coke gets the pregame.
I gotta give promoters credit though, cause it's hard. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I give them credit. I can't. All them great promoters.
So doing it, you
it's
starting
hard.
to see.
Yeah, cause you know I do shows.
Give me
and
some
my
of the
brother do
some of the
shows.
headaches.
Oh, it's headaches. I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. I could imagine on their level, like I do like, you know, me and my brother do shows. Y'all know, y'all rock out with us. So it's a lot that go into it, like for real. Like it's on their scale, I can't even imagine. Like Top Rank, honestly, they got a great staff over there. So I mean, I'm sure they done made so many billions since they've been in it. Like Bob been going for what, since the 60s, 70s?
My man's promoted Evil Knievel jumping over the Grand Canyon.
For
so
real.
Bob Arum did. Like
Bob been doing it
Oh
all.
no, Bob, like he been doing it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like Al, I think that all of them got good models that they all kind of do the best. Like Al to me brought the biggest. He the reason for fighters making the money they making today because he put pressure on
Yeah.
the other people.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Eddie that's doing this thing, but you got Bob that's like his motto is probably all around might be the best because he been around through all of them different.
No, because
eras
he's
and
the
staff.
only one. He has not only the best matchmakers, but he also has the best people finding talent, bro.
No, they cold at that.
As good as Al, as good as all the fighters Al has gotten, Top Rank, stay getting stars.
They get him from the beginning too.
Yeah,
like
they
honestly,
build them.
I'm gonna be
but
real.
again, so did Al. He had the whole 2012.
Oh, for sure. Like they great at building, like getting talent from the beginning. If you look at the biggest money makers in boxing, like De La Hoya, Floyd,
Yep.
they kind of drift off later on. Like Al just bringing it and see Al's the biggest promoter ever in music. So I think that he learned a lot from music. And the good thing, and he fell back. Like, he not all in the, like Don kind of was like how we spoke on Dana White. Don was like, you gonna support this event. He was the best promoter to me as far as actually hyping the fight up. Like,
I like Eddie.
No, yeah, I'm saying Don to me, nobody. Remember how you just mentioned his pay-per-view cards, right?
No, they were stacked.
Oh, they were stacked, and he promoted it damn near to where if you see that crown, you going to the fight. Like, he was.
I'll give you that.
As far as actually
the fights had names, like Rumble in the Jungle, and all,
like hyping it up. I think that needs to come back to boxing.
I think another issue too is you look at all these pro sports.
Yeah, but Thriller in Manila wasn't just him. I mean, people say that wasn't Bob part of that.
Yeah, but I'm saying his motto, he promoted it like a big party almost. Because Don is a street cat. Like, he came from that. And he put it in the boxing. Like,
not just.
Let me get back to these, man. I got Ruin a 504. I think you answered it, but why did the Farmer fight get postponed? But you said the death.
In Dubai, the president died. So, with their religious beliefs over there was no music, no big events, none of that. Over there for maybe like 40 days, I think they had a 40-day mourning period. So, they didn't have. You wasn't even allowed to listen to music outside. For like a week or two. But I stayed over there, man. It was amazing though. Like, it was amazing.
I got Chickarelli that says, yo, champ, is Sprite still sponsoring now that the venue has moved? All the best to you on the fight and the future.
No, not now, but I gotta thank them though, because, they helped get it off the ground. A lot of money went into all of our pockets from that. But now we back in America, and I'm just glad that.
I wonder why Sprite doesn't want to do anything in America.
It's not that they don't want to do anything. Boxing kind of got a black eye a little bit, when it comes to certain sponsors. But honestly, a lot of people love boxing, though, when you get to talking to them and you see they just don't know, like you said, how to get to the people to get in it. And boxing kind of confused people almost. They don't know.
There's no Channel 5, bro. There's no Sunday night boxing.
Yeah, they don't know how to get in.
No.
All right, I'll put it to you like this. Even us, right? We don't even sometimes see dates. You got to kind of dig to see when the fight is.
Of course. Yesterday it was a whole card that nobody knows about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like
Zone.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that.
See, and
Joette Gonzalez's brother. That's what I'm saying. Boxing is so
stupid. And it's
stupid.
easy when you got that kind of pop, but I think that it need to be people. I said this before. It need to be people like y'all. You got the Boxing Voice. You got Fight Hype. You got Sean Porter's podcast. You got You got Blue Blood. You got podcasts, right? Mm-hmm. The promoters are good at RC. They already good. Once they get the site fee, the sponsor, and the network money, it's kind of almost like, all right.
Done deal for me. I got my money.
But if you want to actually, to me, all right, you get the podcasters. Here y'all go. Here go a budget. Y'all blow this through the roof. It'd be different because
touching the streets.
They at a high level of, they don't have the time to really touch the streets. Just what you said, the grassroots promoting. Mm-hmm. I think that's the part.
We've gone away, and like you said, this is like the music industry. What did they do in the music? Sell from their fucking trunk. Pop their trunk and sell CDs. Give away CDs. Dudes come to New York to give you their CD. Yo, here, just listen to it.
And it's getting older. Trying to get noticed. A lot of the cats getting older. Eddie probably the only young promoter. You got to think these cats are old. I think they want to do it, but I give promoters credit because it is hard. Like, it's stressful and it's hard. Like, they got a great staff, but there's so much stuff that they got to do, and things fall apart and this and that. All right, look at it like this. Look how hard it is to make the Terrence and Earl fight. It's not made yet. I'm sure to get made, but it's so much that, and I don't knock them because there's so much that goes into it that people won't even imagine. Stuff that they probably getting phone calls every day. You got to think.
Look, a lot simpler than that.
Earl just tweeted while you've been in here. Earl just tweeted. He said it's 8 a.m. Y'all up arguing with each other. I love the passion for this fight, but go eat breakfast with your kids if you have some, and brush your teeth. because Espinoza saying that the fight might not happen or they come to another impasse. So the world is mad. Like, we want this fucking fight.
Right, and see, that's the thing. Nobody sees the... It's almost like getting into a marriage, to make an example. Like, it's stuff that go... But it's, of course, it's way more to it than that. But I'm saying, if it was that simple, believe me, with 2 dogs and 2 killers like that, it would have been made. But you got to... This is a worldwide fight. So, it's probably going to be shown in 200-300 countries. 100 countries. So, it's so much money out there that, you know... And then I'm sure it's a little tug of war. Like, oh, I should get 55. You should get 45. I know it's probably hard for them to agree to 50-50. Because they both... Honestly, this is the most even matchup in the stage of their career in so long that I know it's hard, because it's kind of like, Terrence, do y'all agree that he pound for pound? I think that he the pound for pound champ. But at the same time, it's like, okay, damn, Earl got, 3 belts, right?
3.
Then he the welterweight champ, and he got kind of like... It's like damn, he pound
got
for pound.
He the
got
money.
More belts.
He the money though.
Right.
He sell the tickets. He sell the pay-per-view.
So my thing is this is how I see that fight. I think that Bud should be the slight favorite on the betting odds, but I think that maybe Earl deserve a couple more % on the money. It ain't for me to say, but I don't think it's a big edge. It can be maybe 48.
But see,
52 or
whatever. You see how complicated we talking about one fight, and we could talk about that one fight for hours and hours. But you see how complicated that was. I'm gonna put it so much simpler. Right now, if you call Ness, you call somebody who don't watch boxing, right? A family member, a friend. Where do you direct them to even go see the schedule? Because like,
there's not even a unified schedule.
You know what I'm saying? It's like ESPN shows what they want to show, but of course they're gonna push their ESPN promoted fights, and
highlight them too.
But that's cool. That's cool. Let's just say I'm on ESPN right now, right? So let's just say, cool. Okay, cool. I want to find out more about this Danny Garcia fight, because that's this weekend. I know Showtime. I have Showtime. What can I do? I can't click on the fucking name. I can't I can't see who this Danny Garcia guy is. Any other sport, you could at least click on it. It gonna give you their stats, their record, whatever. Bro, it's hard to even be a boxing fan.
It's hard to keep up. You know, it is hard to keep up.
Like, bro, any fucking sport, any sport you watch, you from Ohio, you from Jersey, I'm from Chicago. We all live in Vegas. Right now, I know you don't watch other sports. Let's just say football coming up, cool. All our teams, geographically at least, ain't in Vegas, so we ain't gonna get it on free TV. At least I know I can go buy the package and watch every game for the entire year. But here it's like shit. ESPN, Dazn, Showtime, used to be HBO. Gotta make sure. Now you got Pro Box. They got a couple fights going on. My boy Mick fighting on pay-per-view. You know I ain't missing that. You know I'm getting that redemptionpayperview.com. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's so hard just to be a fucking fan.
You had to buy the pay-per-view to see Jarrell Miller's comeback in Tennessee. Everybody's independent, man. You guys are oversaturating the sport and abusing the consumer, because as a consumer, and I'm one of the dudes that don't steal, so I'm not streaming nobody's shit, but now I got to give you 30. I got to give Earl and them 80. Tank won another 80.
Canelo need his 80.
He need his 80. The Zone won 100.
And you know what, Mick?
The Zone won 100. ESPN went from 70 to 100. Showtime won 120.
Right.
I mean, it's just like, what the fuck? Plus, I got to pay for the internet to watch all them motherfuckers.
Bro, I just fucking switched to the Hulu Disney and what's the ESPN package, because ESPN just damn near doubled in price. And that's what I'm saying. It's cool. Fuck the price. We gotta go to a million different places to try to watch the fights, bro. It's hard to even be a fan.
And then some of these fighters don't even want to take a picture with you. Not me personally or Danny, but with some of the, like, you know, this is a call-in show. People will literally call in like, nah, man, I was trying to take a picture with so-and-so, and he said no. And I get it. You know, you probably got 1,500 people asked to take a picture with you before you got there, but it's part of the job.
Yeah, it's part of the job. I don't like when people act like divas, though.
You know what, though? I'll say it's part of the job, but I've also been with fighters, you know, at dinner. I've been with fighters at the mall.
It never stops.
Shit never stops.
Yeah.
But
sometimes you want your
you know,
own,
and I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember
But
being.
listen, it's a gift and a curse because guess what? If Earl's at dinner and they asking for pictures, they also buying them pay-per-views.
And then because we asked for that, I get it on both sides. Like, oh man, I want to eat with my kids.
No,
or whatever, but
see, and sometimes, bro,
so.
like that's the one thing I'm like, yo, you see this man got his
Yeah, but
children with him.
You look at it like that because you interact with a dozen fighters per day, right? But me, I never seen Michael Jordan and he's out eating with his kids. You think I give a fuck? This the only time I get to see you. I gotta shoot my shot just like if it was a girl. You know that. I'm not. It's no disrespect. It's just like, Mike, when I'm gonna see you again?
Nah, I hear you, champ. I'm just saying, look, I've seen it firsthand where people just have zero consideration. Like, yo, you see my man's pushing a stroller for real? Like, for real.
Yeah.
You see my man's pushing a stroller.
Hell yeah, that's a cute little baby. Can I get an autograph?
Then you got the motherfuckers, Mick. Then you got the motherfuckers don't even ask. They just like, bro.
Yeah, that
and
is
it
true.
get dangerous for fighters
on,
because
man.
a lot of, well, not a lot of people, but like you can get provoked, right? Because some people want to come up, like, oh, if he put his hands on me, I'm assuming because he a fighter. Because a lot of people, they always make the joke because, you know, everybody say, oh, man, is your hands registered?
Yeah.
I want to make this clear to people.
That's fake.
No, to an extent. In court it ain't. Because believe me, like, if you get a case and they do find out you a fighter, you're going to get the highest extent of the law on the assault. So it's not literal. Like, people think that you go through a scanner, like, oh,
And
put your
register
hands
your
there.
shit.
It ain't like that.
Let me get
but
your fist print.
Yeah, they think, but if you a fighter, you that assault case can go up even more, or the person could get a lot
Different
of money out
degree.
you. It got to be self-defense, you know.
Well, Mick, I got a few more. Looks like New York Bullet says, good morning, champ. Would you consider this fight an all or nothing type fight, meaning loser is probably done at this point? Blessings and good luck. Done is such a... Gabriel Rosado got 14 fights and he about to be in another big fight. It's crazy to me that people still think people be done in this sport.
Salute to that cat, man. Hey, whoever managed him or they cold. Like, they need to... And I love to see that, though, too.
Yo, and then think about it, bro. How many TV opportunities has
They
he
all-
got?
No, he just got a new one coming up, right?
Yeah, he on the Canelo card.
I love to see that because he a dog and he like, all right, for me.
No. I mean, fuck no. Yeah, that's cool in the fights, bro. I'm talking about in the movies. He getting them checks outside of boxing.
Oh, he got a hell of a team, like for sure. So you got a man, like he got probably one of the whatever's going on with his team is amazing. But for me, I don't want to box too long anyway. You know, I'm blessed to even have this youth. I turned 39 in June, so
damn, champ.
Happy birthday.
Damn.
yeah, thank you.
What day?
Looking youthful.
27.
Okay.
So my thing is, what's crazy is like you, my dad was discipline, was in the service. That's what he always recommended to fighters because my dad trained me on the way up, and he trained a lot of kids in the streets. And you know what he always told them? Certain kids he could see the penitentiary in them. He like, man, you need to go to the military. And when they get out of jail 10, 15 years later, they come back and tell him, man, you was right. Because he like, the stuff you doing, you might as well go to the military and get paid. Like, or go, like, if you out here doing this, the best thing for you is to go to the military. But, all right, back on to me, I want to leave with my marbles and I had a lot of unfortunate situations in my career where I didn't get opportunities like we spoke about to fight for many titles and stuff. I was a world champion. Everything happened for a reason, but I don't want to fight too long anyway. Maybe a few fights, a handful of fights. I did wise up as far as money and investments. I didn't have a choice, so I got a chance on my time off, even as a trainer, to learn more and stuff like that. But for Tevin, he's still a lot younger than me. He's closer to 30. So the way I beat him, it can look bad, like depending on how I beat him. But for me, even winning this fight dramatically, I'm still realistic. I feel great. Not everybody can do it, but Nara Hopkins done. But I want to be more on the business side and keep promoting or managing or coaching and help. Coaching, what my guys already had, I would probably, that's something I could always revisit. But as far as full time, I salute trainers in boxing more than best job in boxing since I done it. I didn't even feel. I felt guilty calling myself a coach because I got to start out with Devin Haney.
Yeah,
I got to start off, with $1 million fighter, and I'm getting, man. When I look back, I'm like, I owe the guys that helped me from the beginning. These dudes ain't missed a day in the gym and never got a quarter in their life. And this is 99% of trainers. They in these rec centers back home training kids and basically being the second parent to them.
yeah, absolutely.
And they literally, I know trainers that ain't missed a day in like 40 years. 40,
Barry
50 years.
Hunter.
Never got.
Barry Hunter
right.
is in a public recreation center. He saved those children.
And
those kids that we see on TV, those was kids that would otherwise be running up and down the streets of Baltimore.
But guess what? You got thousands of them that didn't never get to make a quarter.
Of course.
So when I see guys like Barry, and I never thought about that until I became a trainer. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at other trainers like, dang, I felt guilty. Now, I got a heck of a lot of knowledge. But it humbled me even more because I'm like, man, I like for my kids, of course, they call me coach, my fighters, but I'm like, man, this dude been in the game for 30, 40, 50 years, never got paid a quarter. Like, he just gave people his time. It's almost like like you say, I'm sure you went to Philly, like Bosey. Mm-hmm. I knew him since I was little. And you look at guys that just got that trainers. I don't think trainers get enough credit in the game because, man, this dudes that you never hear of that make the fighter, and then when they turn pro,
they
my
lose
fault,
the fighter.
I wasn't in the mic. They lose them, right? Yeah. So it's like, man,
to a bigger name.
Now
fighter.
I'm conscious of like, honestly, this dude is a better trainer, but he got the bigger name. I learned a lot from being a trainer, a whole lot, and I'm like, man, this dude's at the beginning of my career that was better than some of these big 99 or 100% of these big name trainers. Because I've been around, the best teachers. I had them. I was blessed to be around Emmanuel Stewart when I was 14, 15, 16. You know how many good trainers he had up under him? The Kronk. You know how many good trainers was a part of Kronk? Man, and he was one of them, Bill Miller. But he had, man, I could name you off like 8 of them. One of the best trainers I ever worked with. Rest in peace to Tommy Rowland. This is I'm going kind of off topic, but it's a guy named Tommy Rowland. Rest in peace to him. All right, Big Floyd, he was my trainer at the beginning since before I had any pro fights, right? Yeah, please, thank you. Now, this was crazy right now. When I didn't come out to Vegas, Big Floyd he real strict and particular about who I was working with when I wasn't even with him because he like, I don't want you to learn nothing wrong and mess up what we working on. Since you just turned in pro, I don't want you, making certain mistakes, and I want you to get out the amateur style of fighting, right? So I would name people. Oh no, hey, you know how Floyd and Roger, you know how they are when they come. They gonna straight out say it. Oh, he don't know shit. Hell no, don't mess with him. And it's a guy named Tommy Rowland. When I brought him up, Big Floyd, the praise that he had for him. But you would never hear this cat. Like, you never hear this dude. Because I'm like, Floyd. I'm like, man, this cat out here. I'm living in Detroit. I'm like, man, he telling me the same stuff you telling me. Now, I know 99.5% of people don't even know this stuff. Come to find out, Floyd like, oh, you talking about Tommy? He like, yeah, we had the same teachers coming up. Now, they all came up under that tree of these guys that taught that whole area. So you got trainers like that, like in the basement of Kronk. It was dudes that was cold. I'm talking about stuff you don't even think of, like, and that's what kind of helped me become a great trainer fast because I had knowledge that a lot of trainers don't have because I can go back in the vault and say, all right, this is what Emmanuel taught me. This is what I learned from Floyd. I learned this from my dad. I learned this from Caldwell. I learned this from Tommy Rowland. And I think that's a lost art in boxing, too, honestly, is the teachings. Of boxing. I think it's some great fighters, but I think the teaching, people learning more off YouTube now.
2 more. Lidslow, Decatur, Georgia. Straight up, Mickey, did Mayweather stop the fight or mess it up so you couldn't go to Africa?
Oh, no. Why'd he do that? Like, like I say, people heard my story. It wasn't nothing really never directly with him. I just look at it like this. I mean, it was a family member that was managing me. He never managed before. Yeah. So the way, all right, the way that what happened to me, I was on the side of
inexperience.
He was inexperienced, right? So what he was doing at the time, he probably didn't see how it was affecting me.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably was looking at, I got to run it up. The more I get, but he forget the more he got, the less I got, and I don't get to fight. If I you find it's a long story, but Floyd did a lot for me. I credit the Mayweather family a lot for why I'm even able to fight at this age because of what they taught me. Because it is different. You got to have a certain style of fighting to be able to fight to
Absolutely.
me at these later years. So the stuff that Floyd done for me is like, if it wasn't the middleman, if I didn't have a middleman in that situation, I probably would have been one of the presidents or something to Mayweather Promotions. To be honest, like the plan that we had together, me and Floyd, I'm gonna have to save some of the stuff on what he had in store for me and my brother for a certain time period. And I know that Floyd would have done it, but that's just how business work. I'm just blessed to still be here. Like I say, I'm 39 and I got a big fight with Tevin, and I'm being able to promote. So stuff could have been better, but at the same time, I can't complain when you got fighters that fought that was cold back in the day that didn't even make 10, 20,000. I still got to make money, and it could have been better, but I still can't complain at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
We get that last question, then we'll get the super chats and wrap it up because you got meetings next.
Got Dennis in Tampa. I enjoy listening to your breakdown on fights and your insight. In your Kambosos fight, why do you feel you won? Explain that, please, because I feel like you won. Thanks. And please win for us older G's.
Well, I ain't even going bitch and complain saying, oh, I won. Like, he was more prepared. I feel he probably deserved to win at the time. I knew what position I was in. I was the older guy with the name, former world champion, where I was coming in to fight against him. Like, it probably wasn't the smartest fight to take coming off of that long layoff for years. But at the same time, I always think of stuff like an average working person. When I do things, you got to take a step back. When you get older, you get more mature. And I thought, like, you know what? It ain't like I got to clock in and go to – it ain't people that's complaining that got to – I'm not saying they don't like their job, but most people in the world doing something that they don't even like to do.
That's a fact.
So I'm like, as hard as this fight is, people are you crazy for taking this? Like, coming on. I'm like, man, look, at the end of the day, I want to sink or swim and see if I still got it. It might be a tough fight to test the waters with, but so I don't say I got robbed or nothing. I do think I won more rounds, but it ain't nothing to complain about. It's funny because me and Devin did laugh and talk about it. Like, he like, hey, coach, I'm going to get the revenge for you one day. And it's funny because it ended up happening. So, I don't really say that it wasn't no robbery, nothing like that. Most people did think I won the fight, but it ain't nothing. I ain't going to complain about it. I'm just blessed. Like I say, I was 36 when I fought him. So I'm just blessed to the clock is ticking and I'm still got you. So I'm glad I'm still able to do it.
Shout out to Rick Ramos with a fat $50 super chat. And he says, lots of love, gentlemen.
Showing love from Chicago.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Rick and congrats on the recent engagement.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, my friend. He's about to get the whole ball and chain, huh? That's what they call it these days. Let me see. You said super chats. Any specifically for?
I mean, we got the KDDR member for 20
Yeah, but none of that is Mick. For Mick. Let's go ahead and give out your social media and take this picture with you.
Mickey Bay Eternal. And everybody tune in to redemptionpayperview.com. I promise to get the fans their money's worth. We doing it at an affordable price. $30, $34. I know you saying, that's just how the game go. Mm-hmm. We got to charge. If it was up to me, all the boxing to be free. For sure. I wish it was a way that, it could be.
35 is cheaper than 80.
But I put it to you like this. I'm going to fight like this is my last fight because it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I believe and know that a fighter like Tevin would have never beat me in my prime. So it is sink or swim, and it could be declared a dangerous fight on my end, but that's what I wanted. Like, I ain't want no easy fight or to for the fans to feel like, why would we pay for this? I could have took a lesser fight. It was some good fights on the table that was still easier than this, but to me, I want to sink or swim right now and see whether, which I know I will come out on top, become the oldest champion ever in my division, and call it a night from there.
Well, we'll take this quick intermission. Be right back. YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.